2, 1. I'm John Miglosh for the Wisconsin DMA and the International Society for Strategic Marketing. Okay, yesterday we started in on my spinning straw into gold sort of whole bunch of ideas that I've pulled together after 40 years of marketing. Today I just wanted to take a little bit of time and go over to the marketing news because I don't like, I don't want to make this a big commercial. I want you to enjoy yourself and have some fun and see what's what in the world today. So we're going to go over here to the world and see what's going on. Google, oops, got to change the capture. Google decided to shut down Google Plus because nobody goes there anyway. It was supposed to be the alternative to Facebook, but never got any traction. Although I do manage a few pages for businesses, which they're not shutting down. And if you have a small business, you want to go on Google Plus and make a page. It's not that hard, but it gets you on Google. If you don't do that, sometimes Google doesn't find you. And so it's the kind of the entree into Google search. It's like the minimum you can do for your business, and people can post comments up there and reviews and stuff, and it's nice. And I get my body work done at Carcraft CRC because I manage their page. Okay, but they had a data breach, so if you might want to change your password. We also had a story. eBay accuses Amazon of poaching third-party sellers. Apparently, third-party merchants on eBay are getting letters from Amazon how you should go over to its marketplace. I personally don't go anywhere near Amazon because of all the retargeting. I just hate that. eBay started retargeting, so maybe you can't get away from it. Now I basically use a private browse window whenever I'm looking for items on either of them. Because I just can't take all the retargeting. Either I buy it or I don't, and by then it's too late, so leave me alone. But it's part of this whole personalization of experience, which everyone thinks is the key to everything, and I think that it's creepy, and so I hate you when you do it to me. Fact is, okay, but Amazon may be in trouble. Who knows? KFC decided to get rid of straws and lids on their drinks, and also in Hong Kong, and they also are using three-fingered gloves to reduce the plastic in the fourth finger. Don't ask me. What they should be doing is incinerating plastic, because if you get it up to a high enough temperature, it burns like crazy, as we all know if we've used army men to drip on anthills. That ought to get a few laughs. I hope none of you ever did that. Okay? This one was an interesting article today about customer retention, how relevance trumps loyalty. Now, I was hoping that was about RFM and this idea that the marketplace responds to relevance. We're going to talk about the relevance of customer experience a little bit, just because it's such a, we get this idea. I will go over here. Here's an article. How close are you to fully personalized customer experience? What I love is there isn't one case study here. There isn't one. They say personalization is a necessary component of customer experience in today's environment. But many companies still struggle to get this right. Have you encountered personalization experiences that didn't get it right? Like, for example, on Google, whenever there's a sporting event and my team loses, Google sends me a message, would you like to see the highlights of that game? I've told Google I'm interested in it. Guess what? But I'm not interested in the highlights of my favorite team's defeat. Have you ever gone on Netflix and seen what they recommend for you? And they've spent millions trying to get that right. And it isn't right. It's just silly. I don't even know what I would. This whole idea. See, that's what I was hoping for this article. I was hoping that this article was going to say that if you get it, that relevance, a good offer, is better than all these ideas that we can predict what I'm going to do next. I don't know what I'm going to do next, which is why we want to tailor the effort to retain a customer, the effort to acquire a customer, to the expected level of spend and profit. That's rational. I said that in the 80s when we could hardly predict anything. I said, I don't think we're going to get this prediction thing right. I think maybe we should allocate the budget based on expected return rather than trying to predict what the market's going to do. And I've made millions and millions of dollars for my clients because of that. If you find this relevant, pick up the phone, give me a call. Check on LinkedIn. My regular phone is up there. You can get to me. I'm not hard to find, okay? But I don't go after you, okay? So anyway, back to this personalization. Many companies struggle to get it right. Yeah, they do. This is from today, okay? Well, in order to get it right, you got to get rid of batch analytics. You got to do just real-time analysis. Yeah, okay, well, real-time still isn't. It's still historical. You don't know where the customer's going next. You can guess it, but the only way to really even start is with long periods, with lots of data, where customers go here, and then a lot of them go there, okay? But some of them go here. And maybe you can figure out which one. Maybe. Probably not, but maybe you can. But you have to do that with batch analytics. So, you know, this is just lies. This is lies. Real-time experience represents the future of personalization. Yeah, okay. Well, personalization based on lots and lots and lots of data, lots of tries, lots of back testing, lots of real-time testing. It's sad. It's sad how these people can write these articles in real, actual magazines, and you read this stuff, and you don't have anyone arguing with it. Okay, so let's, on that note, and I found a bunch of RFM ones, but we'll skip that. On that note, we'll give you a couple more minutes. Okay, so you want to get a wizard. You don't want the machines to think for you. You don't want the machines to try to guess what your customers want, because you'll end up sending them highlight films of their teams getting beat, or movies that they would never want to watch in a billion years. You know, because you're connecting the dots is not the way they were connected in their heads. Got that? Okay? So, wizards are key, because sometimes the opportunity is going in the opposite of where you've been pounding the tar out of them for decades. Sometimes there's a new market. That's where usually the growth comes. Usually the growth comes in something opposite. And I've got lots of videos and lots of stories about where we went the opposite. Because all the analytics will tell you where you've succeeded based on what you've done in the past. But changing that can sometimes be the biggest opportunity. Oh yeah? Where's the data going to be for that? There isn't any. All there are is some little anomalies that a wizard can see. Okay, so let's go into the story of Rumpelstiltskin, and we'll just cover this for the rest of it. Okay, the miller claims his daughter can turn straw into gold. The king supplies the straw. He says, turn it into gold or you die. And after a couple of iterations, he says, or I'll marry you. I have always said we should do that with marketing people. There's an overabundance of marketing people who aren't any good. Let's just say, you know, either you turn a profit, you grow the company, or dead. You know, those were the old days. That's the Brothers Grimm. You know, they have real cutting-edge ideas. So Rumpelstiltskin shows up and produces the gold. And the queen eventually guesses Rumpelstiltskin's name. Okay? Spinning straw into gold takes magic. Good point. Okay? How is that like the database marketing industry? Well, the miller lies about the money-making capabilities. And the queen cheats Rumpelstiltskin out of his consulting fee. Okay? There's two fundamental lies in marketing. One is we know who you are. We know all about you. We have a big database that knows everything. But you don't even know everything. You know, your memory is not reliable. You have a vague idea of who you are, but you haven't been put in every situation. And based on that, we know what you'll buy, but I don't know what I'll buy. Think about going to Walmart. It's all impulse shop. And on that note, we're going to wrap up. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good day. Hit like and share. Share this with your friends. They'll get a couple of laughs out of it. I'm John Miglash. That was nutty, as usual. They'll get a couple of laughs out of it. I'm John Miglash. I'm still streaming, dang it. I hit the wrong button.